Alex Answer here. It is January 29th in the year 2019. In just a moment, you and I together will watch the full video. It's a cell phone video. It was shot by the Black Israelites, I believe, and the length is about 2 hours. So we are going to see some things for the very first time that were not presented in the mainstream media. And by making that statement, that is not a statement that thus automatically leads to a popular narrative. I am a real independent. That is not a Democrat or a Republican. I believe that we are being divided by design by not only the mainstream media, but elements of the alternative media on YouTube that typically do pretty well with regards to views and being suggested. The reason this is coming up is YouTube is going to also be cracking down even more than what it has been on what it deems and calls conspiracy theories. But what if some of us have ideas as to the artificial ways in which we've seen the rise of elements of the far right and people like Alex Jones? These are really important conversations. Why allow CNN to have a monopoly on it? Why not allow some of the independents, the real independents, as well as those that are minorities? It's really assumed that the majority of the people that have something to say are angry white men. And by even saying such things and labeling such things, even some things, as white privilege when it's just people going to city council, why are certain things demonetized? Because when you actually pay attention, especially those of you that are defensive, that are white, you can find people that are minorities that are suppressed as well. Under the same guise of, talk about this in another video. Another video, I'll talk about how misogyny is often used as a word to just stop criticism of any unhealthy or unprofessional behavior. Now, what I want people to understand is we're being taught in our mainstream society, no matter what your demographic or gender, but it's getting pretty custom tailored, isn't it? This World Wide Web has enough propaganda and content to convince certain people that they're victims and that certain people are oppressing them, instead of maybe looking at the universe and reality and people a different way than the way in which we've been taught. And so I'm going to try to keep this brief, and I'm going to comment here and there. So I'm going to show you this video, and we're going to take a look at this. And unfortunately, it's probably going to be flagged because of things that are said in the video. What we're trying to do is shine the consciousness on this. This is what's happening to the people. This is the divide that's taking place. But I just listened to the first few minutes of this. We were only shown one version of the Black Israelites, which is a hateful version. We also weren't shown the other things that they said, which were things other than taunts. So you also have to ask yourself on another level, why don't they just show us it in proper context and be fair with what happened? Even in the way that they edit and summarize things, at least summarize things in a more professional way. First this was said, then this was said, then it kind of went in this tone. And for those of you with intuition, right, you can take a look at this and see what's taking place. And maybe your intuition itself will fill in the blanks as to whether this was orchestrated to create division by XYZ or whatever group, or maybe that's just the unconscious tone that it took, that it just kind of took a particular tribalistic tone, depending on your perspective as to who is playing that up. And now that we see different videotapes of the same situation, including Nathan Phillips, and he didn't need to do that, banging a drum next to the young man's face. And saying that isn't attacking Native Americans, we can come in and go, does Nathan Phillips and maybe some of the things that were maybe not accurately presented, does he really represent Native Americans? And will they be people that take things too far, that watch things on the internet? Because, there's even a recent InfoWars video where they have their new Ashton, and they send her out basically into quote-unquote enemy territory. And they are basically calling for her to be attacked as a InfoWars reporter, a blonde white woman. I don't support InfoWars. I also don't support people being beat up. We can also ask the question, is Alex Jones setting up his own people? Now, that is deeper down the rabbit hole, and that requires a person that is free from a certain level of left, right, and racial programming. That requires someone that's more on the intuitive path to see things as they are, to see how we are being divided from within, that there are people that will purport to be with you and look like you in some cases. In a lot of cases, they may just simply be chaos makers, working for the God of this world, the fallen world, that is. I believe that we should be focused on the supreme creator of all that is. I don't agree then with the taunts that people that claim to come in the name of the creator, I don't agree with the taunts that people participate in, but it is the path that some people take because they believe that they need to say something to wake people up, to get them to question what they're doing here on this earth. And I'm going to conclude with this. The reason why they're demonizing so much under the box of conspiracy theory, which isn't fair. What about spiritual theories? They don't want us to be thinking for ourselves. But this is bigger than politics. I'm not into politics. I'm asking the ultimate questions as to what we're doing here on this planet. How do we evolve beyond the matrix? And I'm waking up into a reality to where they're lumping that into the box of conspiracy theory. And conspiracy theory has been widely demonized as right wing. And it's sad because out of that level of censorship of those things that are good, that really should be promoted and suggested, you have people that are being radicalized as a result. They're being further balkanized. As people see themselves censored and victimized, they just group up even more, just like those ATV riders. And that was its own example. So I am so disappointed that as a minority that in a way has faced his own thing, I'm in this on my own. And this system, this YouTube algorithm, the establishment media, CNN, they want to come out and act like they have our back. If you had my back, why are you throwing me under the bus along with the rest of them as the algorithm buries people like me? What about those conspiracy theories that theorize as to how some of these far-right movements got so popular and ended up having their names dropped so often on the mainstream media, including CNN? I think my audience gets the picture. But when you hear me talk about how I think that they are trying to hold back our resistance to extremism within this medium, you need to understand that that's not crazy talk. That's actually based in watching how they're conducting themselves, how they're altering YouTube to be more oppressive to us, sharing our ideas in our social commentary, not conspiracy theory, our social spiritual commentary on our communities, on what's taking place in our world. How dare they? As I calmly say this morning, how dare they? So don't let them divide us and take it to the level that they want to. I will pop in here and there, but I think a lot of what you're going to hear, it really kind of speaks for itself.
Children of Israel, before you started worshiping totem poles, you was worshiping the true living God.
That's right.
Before you became an idol worshiper, you was worshiping the true and living God. And this is the reason why this land was taken away from you. Because you worship everything except the Most High. You worship every creation except the Creator.
That's right.
And that's what we are here to tell you to do. We are here to tell you to wake up to the four corners of the earth. This is the truth of the Holy Bible. We don't have a microphone, brother. Okay, and this is the part of freedom of the speech and freedom of religion, and that's what we out here for. Okay, and I hear you. I honor my God. We honor our God, brother, and that's what we are here to tell you what you have to do. You have to come away from the Lord. You have to come away from your religions, philosophies, and doctrines, and start worshiping the true and living power, which his name is Yahweh. That's who's the Most High God.
That's right.
The Most High God, his name is Yahweh. You're not supposed to worship eagles, buffaloes,
that's right,
rams,
right,
all types of animals.
That's right.
This is the reason why the Lord took away your land. Why am I so angry? Give me Proverbs 7 and 7.
No,
I'm going to show you.
Ecclesiastes.
You're not angry? You're not angry? I'm making you angry. What are you celebrating?
Yeah, so the media will report on blacks calling out the black Israelites.
This what we mad at. This what we mad
Pay
at.
attention to the small stuff.
Right, you don't even know what's going on. Give me Isaiah 58 and 1. Give me Isaiah 58.
Chapter 7, verse 7.
Yeah, give me that first.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man
The
mad.
Lord says, surely oppression make a wise man mad. You talk about why we're mad. You damn right. The Most High said. The Most High said, surely oppression make a wise man mad. If you're not mad, you
That's right. They don't show you the colored women calling out those men. They don't show you that. They don't show you that. There's a reason they don't show you that.
This is your tribe.
They play up the victim scenario, even of the other group.
You know where that name came from? You know where that name came from? It came from the so-called white man. That's what happened. Okay? Who told us that? Look up the word Indian.
Right.
You'll find it out for yourself. Indian means savage. They was naming you after the people in India.
Exactly.
I know the name of my land. I know the name of my land.
Just like our people call themselves
the name
black.
of my land.
There's nobody black. Nobody matches this color. There's nobody white. Nobody matches the color of this. You understand? We are the children of Israel. And that's what we are here to do.
That's right. That's right.
Indian does not mean savage.
Indian means savage, brother.
I don't know where you got that from.
Look it up, brother.
I did look it up. I'm a historian.
Okay?
It came
So,
from
Yeah, the
Indio.
media
It
did
came
not
from
show you
a
this.
Spanish word, Indio,
Right.
which means God, God-like people. That's what it means.
no, yes, Indios, yes, God-like people. But Indian, that word means savage. In the English text, in the English dictionary, in your Webster's, it means savage, man. The white man, right, the so-called white, just like me, he calls us Puerto Ricans. That means port of riches, rich port. That was the name that the conquistadors gave us, the Spaniards. You understand? So these are the derogatory names, and we're trying to tell you that these names are your true
Well,
names.
you know, Guatemala and Panama, you
Right.
know, those are indigenous names. They have their own meaning, and you should first listen.
Salaki.
Learn what those names
Salaki,
mean.
1 second.
They have very beautiful meaning.
Are you from Panama or Guatemala?
I am from Quisqueya.
I'm from Panama. Okay, so now I'm indigenous from Panama. So right, you just said this was because of us. We indigenous. Right. So we out here fighting for you and our own family.
Right.
So you just totally insulted us and told us that we wasn't you and we wasn't your family.
You said
Salaki, go ahead. My bad.
You know, like some kind of strange multi-theistic religion. We don't follow religion. That's not our belief. That's not our knowledge.
I'm from the same people and we follow a lot of idols. We follow a lot of idols.
Yeah, a lot of
Go ahead,
people
King.
from Panama and Guatemala
Go ahead, King.
came to Quisqueya. And, you know, the special thing about Quisqueya is that people do even when I was coming here, my mother, she was actually Welsh, British, and German. You know, she came a lot of anger. She came a lot of anger. And I was telling her, this is time for peace. This is time to return peace to this land.
Peace to what land?
To this earth.
How you gonna have peace to this land and this earth
can't get
when you
nowhere.
got this madman in the White House? You got a what
Our
madman?
people sick, man.
I'm not talking about this man. I'm talking about the madman that shut the government down.
That's right. That's right.
Right now, all the people on the reservations ain't gonna get no food.
That's right.
All the people in the projects, in the ghettos.
That's right.
Bring it out.
That's right.
Pompous bastards over there wearing "Make America Great"
That's right.
hats again.
Little Billy.
This is the one.
Little corny ass Billy in there.
Why you not angry at
Little
them?
corny ass Billy Bob.
Why you not angry at them?
Okay?
Yeah, go talk to them with them Make America Great hats on.
Unbelievable, man.
Unbelievable. I'm not going to dismiss it just yet.
The power of the one who answers.
Right, not the creations. You don't worship the sun. You're not supposed to worship the stars and the moon. You're supposed to worship
the sun is part of the creator.
No, the sun is a creation.
Wow.
You worship the creator, not the creation. And that's the reason why we...
Why do you want to separate
Listen,
the creator from the creation?
I'm not separating it, but I'm telling you...
Sounds like some of my own haters and the black Israelites have something in common, dissing me on the sun analysis. She's trying to explain something to him that he doesn't understand.
Well, I'm trying to show you something.
We're here trying to have
This is, you know how many years... Listen,
Your ideology is like his. Check it at the door. Look at where he takes
How many
it.
years we've been marching and protesting, and guess what? The white man ain't listening to you. The white man don't give a damn about your march, about none of it. No, you gotta come back. Listen, sister, listen. If you pay attention, you might learn something. See, you just want to talk. You're not trying to learn.
She trying to be distractive, She trying to stop the flow, that's all.
It's good that I'm not in Portland, because I would be all over confronting everyone in their BS. This is why I knew I had to get out of that place. Now, this isn't going on in Portland. Portland has its own back and forth, Tweedledum and Tweedledee, when both them groups need to be hearing the truth. As it is with this, who's talking about the millions overseas? Are the black Israelites speaking for the Afghanis and Iraqis? No, they ain't saying nothing. They ain't saying nothing. In fact, they'll step on the people overseas as they step on people that are white. So those people that are white that'll be stepping on people overseas, they need to wake up to people like this that hate all different types of group and just stop the hate entirely.
Where the hell is this going at, man?
Okay, sister, so what is your point?
I'm just saying there's a lot more involved here.
You're just interrupting, and I'm trying to show you something.
Men don't have babies. They don't, I mean, they can have
The
children,
sperm
but they don't
comes from a
carry
man's
them.
testicles. Okay? So the baby is considered what the father is, and that's in the Bible.
That's right.
Let's get that.
Okay,
You know.
consider,
Listen,
but the
hold on.
reality is that the woman is baby. You didn't grow in a
What you're doing right now is going. You want to turn us.
By the way,
Let's go back to the
and you wonder why I watch my back.
Book of Numbers.
And you see this? This is the problem, Israel. There's always our women coming up with their loud mouth, thinking they can run and bogart things, thinking they can come and distract things with their loud ass mouth, because they not used to dealing with no real men. And you think we supposed to bow down to your damn emotions when you coming to run your mouth and distract what we doing instead of coming with order and with a real dialogue. She's coming around here being wicked.
They say it's a star of David.
Stars don't have
But
voice.
it's not. It's not. It comes from paganism. Kabbalah. It comes from the Kabbalah. You have to look into it.
I know what you're talking about. I just had a second.
Yeah, but
This, we gotta do things in order.
She gotta talk to the speaker, man. She gotta talk to the speaker. They trying to be slick and disrupt.
Order. No order. You don't have no decorum, and you're out of order. Where's your husband? Bring your husband here. Let me speak to him.
That's right. That's right.
Is that what you would say?
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Because you're talking.
That's order. You won't do it.
Now let me say this real quick. There is a black member of Patriot Prayer in Portland with Joey Gibson that is talking just like these men, saying, "Where's your husband? Where's your husband? You love those Muslims so much. Where's your husband?" Horrible things that were said. Like I understand the other side's not good, but you don't have to lower yourself to like dog like language. So if you want to be critical of this type of attitude that they're having, you need to take a look also at the people in Portland, Oregon running on the right.
white man.
That's
He
right.
wants to be the Egyptians.
That's
He
right.
wants to
If you're going to be against this type of attitude, be against all types of attitudes like
so,
this.
because you blow a ram horn doesn't make you our people.
And that's
That's right.
You're a damn culture vulture.
That's right.
You're a culture vulture. No all nations. You're a damn blue-eyed demon. You damn devil.
They literally got a black guy to yell like him at Southeast Portlanders just last week. You need to know this. So if one side is belligerent and taunting, it's never all right when it's belligerent and taunting, even when there's people involved in gang political violence. How about just don't get involved? How about just walk away? Just walk away, dude. Just walk away. So to understand, they are whipping up the different groups right now, and the media on purpose will divide the people, and they will create safeguards to prevent you from coming across people like me. Finally, I want to give you some preface. Why did CNN distort things on day one? Well, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you exactly why. The reason why they distorted things on day one is to present things a certain way to where they debunk themselves. To where on the right, they can look at this, and if they're actually confronted with a situation where people are actually surrounding a minority or a Native American, well, most of them won't even pay attention. They'll laugh at it. They'll call it fake news. Why? Because the fake news already struck. Not once, not twice, but multiple times. So if you really were looking at
black neighborhood and go walk up on nobody playing no games like that.
we'll go back
Yeah,
to
I will
this.
stick my foot in your little ass. Think it's a game over here. And we can give a hell about your police.
And see, that's the problem. Most people think that that's done. That that's over with.
Ain't nobody playing with these dusty ass crackers out here.
I'm going to show you. Judah and him is two different people. Let me show you that in the Bible dictionary. Give me that.
So my point is proven. This is how it starts, aggression towards the whites, but they make the whites appear to be the aggressors. I'm not here to defend or attack, but just show that the truth of what happened was distorted. So by creating disinformation, it's a cry wolf bombardment syndrome, cry wolf scenario. That's what they're doing. And that's why people that are white are exposed to so much hatred of their own kind, and sometimes from their own people, ridiculous arguments. In a way, it's almost there to debunk against the real racism that does exist that should be dealt with whoever it's directed at. But instead, they've made this Pee-wee's Playhouse. They've made our society really, really crazy. And so when you see the truth of what happened in this video, and then you look at how the mainstream media can't even admit how they spun it to divide, you need to be asking what comes next.
That's the information, brother.
This is what, and it gathered me up and put me on
Are they talking about the wars overseas? You know, the alleged loving black Israelites that allegedly worship the true God, not an archon. Okay. Where are they to talk about the real things going down? Okay. They ain't down with the president. Can they talk a little bit more about what's happening overseas? Let's see if that comes up once. Once.
He became the progenitor. He became the progenitor of the dark race.
but not the Negro.
But not the Negro.
So let me show you something. If you have a black pit bull and a black Rottweiler, are they the same breed? No. So color don't dogs, though. Right, but color don't mean nothing. You understand?
That's a real Gadite right there. That's a
So I'm going to continue on this because they also talk about, you know, the powers coming down. The powers are coming down. Well, if the powers are coming down and the rings of Saturn are disappearing, and that represents the end of the Archon rule. I just got done watching a video. Is it RTR or something like that? He's talking about the rings of Saturn, and he's a man of color, and he's talking about the power structures coming down from these changes. And I'm all down with the hopes of the powers coming down, but if we're to see real signs of the powers coming down, we're going to see not only a gross disdain for these wars and appreciation for the people that are against them, we would see also a rise in the feminine, a rise in the amount of women that are also doing what we're doing, joining us. There would be less division. Men like me would not be so isolated, living in tiny homes in the middle of the forest, wondering which day we draw our last breath as society becomes more violent. When the world truly begins to change and people begin to be loving, in large numbers, and the power structures are about to be challenged. We'll see that. We'll see that. When I come across people of color, whether they be darker than I or whiter than I, when I come across other humans, right, and I start experiencing more compassion and love, I'll report that to you. I'll report that to you. We haven't even come close to a shift. Things are getting worse. As anti-themism, a coalition of various racial groups stomp on the face of the Middle East, right, deflect with their left-right paradigm, but their wars never end. Their wars never end. So if the people are to come together and truly hold hands and show an opposition to something very dark, it's the ongoing sacrifice taking place. And you could be against it and be free of hatred. You could be in a state of love for God's creation, right? Why would something want to censor this type of message from reaching more than a few hundred listeners or viewers? You need to meditate on this. You need to meditate on this. You need to go within. You need to ask, why are the real independent voices suffering so much while you're getting a false version of reality from the top dogs in the alternative media, which are the fake opposition to the mainstream media? It's Pepsi versus Coke. Now, the name of the individual that I am promoting that you at least check out for a black speaker that does get into criticism of white supremacy, but doesn't get involved in racism himself, Nellie Fuller Jr. Now, whatever your ethnicity, whatever your background, there's power in speaking your truth, especially when you don't stoop to the level of the people that you are criticizing. That is an art. And if you listen to Nellie Fuller Jr., an elder African American, you'll hear people that are black calling in that don't seem to get it, but he's working with them. He's trying to help them understand. And he's very critical of even those people that will act like, oh, they got it figured out. He'd be like, well, if you got it figured out, like we would have already dealt with this. You ain't got nothing figured out. Check your ego at the door. So if you want to deal with a person of color that's speaking a level of truth that's building bridges, it's Nellie Fuller Jr. It's not what you're seeing on the screen.
Jerusalem compassed with armies. When ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, go ahead. Then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Okay, that we know is near. Go ahead. Verse 21. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains. To flee to the mountains. Go ahead. And let them which are in the midst of it depart out. Right. Just hold that. Let's go into the history. Now this is the prophecy. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And the other thing that you need to understand is that the media can alter things to where just by simply covering who the leaders are of certain movements, they can build up those groups. So let's say that 1 million people watch this spectacle and they said, you know what, we like what those black Israelites are saying. We believe what they believe. Hell, we want to join them, hypothetically, right? Well, CNN and the media gives them the promotion. So I'll have somebody on that watches this, that watches the things that they say, and he will stop short of condemning them. He will stop short of condemning them. And then I asked myself, isn't that scripted to have one of their own members come on and the guy will show them the tape and say, aren't you going to say you are against this? And he won't. And people will watch that and that will further the divide and that will boost the numbers even of the black Israelites. You got to understand, Americans are stupider than stupid. We are dumb and dumber at this point. And if you try to awaken the black man, the brown man, the red man, the white man, the Afghan, you try to awaken in my shoes them, you'll hear and feel a door slamming in your face if you walk 1 second in my shoes. I've lived this. This isn't like something I flip on, I go back to like my so-called life. I live isolation from all the so-called dominant tribes because I was born multiple things. Don't talk to me about racism. So I understand standing up for oneself, but by oneself without even a group of people behind me screaming stuff out of books. Notice how they'll coming together under their perception of religion. While they demonize the religions of others, while they demonize the sun to your face, while they demonize the sun along the flat earthers to your face. And pay attention now to how people are so resistant to basic spiritual concepts. And sometimes they're dark, sometimes they're white. You need to become colorblind to a certain degree when you're identifying evil walking amongst us. Tell you one thing, they are not going to be talking about anti-themism, the coalition of the many peoples of America that are stomping on the face of Afghanistan and Iraq. They will speak on behalf of colored people in the ways in which it works for them and when it works for them. It's selective. It's selective examples given of oppression. It's selective examples of oppression.
That ye may know that the Lord doeth the difference between the Egyptians and Israel. Egyptians and Israel, there's a difference between us and it still is. But the people change because that's not the real Egyptians in Egypt moving up right now. That's the white man. Every way you go is white supremacy. You can go from here. I'm coming. You're gonna find white supremacy. That's what we're moving. Well, he was never there. He was never there. Right.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do for you. Here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to play you the audio of what one of Joey Gibson's members said outside a Portland building. And there's not even any Muslims present, so they just completely bring in hatred of that woman and hatred of Muslims into one thing. Notice how his voice is almost similar, but yet it's supported when it's used on the other side. That's hypocrisy.
Every chance you can get, help each other, help each other out, because we all need each other.
So you didn't actually hear the clip that I played. We're right now just playing this clip. So you didn't get a chance to hear it. But again, I'm going back and I'm reviewing other things that are being said in Portland on the street by other provocateurs, and they're working the other side. Anyway, I don't want to confuse you, but I do want you to understand that they have people, whether agents or not, running their mouth on both sides in different places in America. And it's not that they're all agents. It's not that they're all agents. It's that the evil spirit of divide and conquer has possessed so many of our people. Some of them are white, some of them are black, some of them are Middle Eastern, some of them are Latino, some of them are Asian. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Get beyond the color. So there are people out there that are useful idiots, in some cases token minorities, and they can be used as sigils of hatred. And sometimes groups will actually pluck certain members or minorities and put them at the front of their lines to push their agenda. This is what I see Joey doing in Portland with the individuals that he has at the front of the line. If you're going to be critical of blatant shit talking that gets people going, you got to be fair and balanced. When people are going below the belt, and he can't say, "Well, hey, you guys did this, so we're authorized then to also be nasty." You know, when once gets nasty over race, religion, gender, they're disqualifying their argument. I mean, you can go ahead and treat someone nasty back in return, but that doesn't put you in the right. That's just a street fight. So you have to ask yourself, is the media trying to teach us what's right? Or are they trying to teach us how to street fight?
Because we want to, and I'm telling them they're worshiping totem poles. They worshiping buffalo. You understand? Right. Our people, we follow into Egyptology. We worship like Jesus now. We worship the Catholicism, Christianity. We worship the sun on Christmas. And what's the first commandment of the Lord?
Why did that have to happen?
Okay, this is the video from Portland.
Where's your husband? Where's your husband? Did he divorce you because you're a loudmouth Jesse?
You're listening now to audio from Portland.
Well, he died? It might have been a blessing.
He's mocking a widow.
For God to take him to get him away from
Let's
you.
go back.
Now, Muslims won't mock a Muslim. You respect all the dirty, filthy Muslims, huh? Yeah,
That's Portland.
Exactly. Build that wall. Build that wall. That's what Trump needs to do.
That's
Get the
Portland.
dirty Muslims out of our country. You want to cry when
That's Joey Gibson's
walks
boy.
up into a high school and shoots everybody. You want to cry when the Boston bombers are back in.
Do you understand?
Why did that have to happen?
Do you understand? Now we'll go back to DC.
Yeah.
You know, in New York, if you don't, they got their own hospital. If you don't go to their hospital, if you go to their hospital, you won't be able to get in there if you're not
A Jewish person, right? Amalek.
Yep.
She said she follow us. She follow us. Yeah. Matter of fact, look at the sister. Let me get a gander at them, sister. See that?
So before we got interrupted, what we out here trying to do is wake up our people to the truth of the Holy Scriptures, to the truth of the Bible. You are the children of God. You are the chosen people.
Now, I know some people do not want to hear both examples. You need to be shown that. So back in Portland, that guy's calling her a Jezebel. That reminded me of James David Manning, who's using biblical terms to talk shit to people, including white people. Notice how it's demonized and totally bad and racist when it's done, when these guys do it. But when other people also use biblical terms and they're screaming at white people, calling them Jezebel, Muslim lovers, notice how the elements of the right will like that. No, that's hypocrisy. That's straight up nuts. Do you hear me? That's crazy. People recruiting people with big, loud mouths and megaphones to talk shit for their political agenda. That's crazy, yo. That's crazy. The only truth is speaking one's truth and writing one's truth and getting that truth out there and trying to help people get beyond the illusions of separation. They're promoting the illusions of separation in this example and the one that I just showed you.
It's worse than the projects.
That's right.
It's worse than Compton.
That's right.
It's worse than Brownsville, Brooklyn. But y'all don't know that. Y'all don't see the similarities. We got the same old press up.
That's right, brother.
That's right, brother.
That's right, brother.
That's right, brother.
That's
That's
right.
right. That's
Hear
what
that?
we're trying to tell
Hear
them.
that?
We can gather.
Gad said that.
But let's gather in,
That's right.
in truth and in the commandments of righteousness.
That's right.
That's how
Evil
we get
knows
our power.
no color. So if evil and archons need to have some minorities in a certain place and time run cover or create interference, then in certain situations, they'll be used for that purpose. They'll be used for that purpose. And we can certainly see that when we see people recruited by elements of extremist, radical political ideologies, minorities that are recruited to demonize other minorities. You need to be able to see that at this point. You need to be able to see that at this point, because if you can't even see the obvious of what's happening on the right side, then how can you call this out for what this is? And go beyond politics, go beyond color, go beyond team logos, and just look at the sea of energy, look at the sea of bodies, and people just standing in one place. Now we're going to stand here and make this moo, moo sound. And this other group comes and says, now we're going to stand over here and do this ba, ba sound. Now over here, we're going to do this thing and we're going to bang a drum. And it's like you just pay attention to what's going on. And there's even some theatrics that come about from the animalism, tribalism. I'll save my commentary for that moment. But I believe there's a moment where I believe a shirt comes off. And people in response to this respond when their own. And it's like, it doesn't necessarily make it right. It's natural, yes. It's totally natural for different groups in a combative situation, or if the negative energies are being, if the flames are being fanned, if you will, then it's totally natural. I didn't say right. It's natural for people to, divide on group, and one makes a bunch of animal sounds and the other makes a bunch of animal sounds and starts jumping up and down. And people watch this on TV because this is a production that was put on for the people at home on TV. They made sure they didn't hear everything that they had to say and how nasty they were. And they made sure that it was only presented as one thing. One kid supposedly stopping a Native American from walking down the street. But they really create a false flag, turd in the punch bowl, so when real acts of oppression happen to real minorities in a real situation that's really not staged, most people are going to shrug it off in a few years and say, fuck it, it's fake news. How can one say that this isn't by design when they lied on purpose and it was inevitable that they would be caught? It's inevitable that they would be caught when they know that they're lying. And it's almost as if CNN is pulling an Alex Jones to where they deliberately put out fake disinformation to purposely make themselves look bad, to purposely debunk and strawman the arguments and stories that they allegedly are there to report to the American people. I want you to think about this now. Look at how they discredit themselves. Look at how Alex Jones discredited himself. Look at how CNN will discredit itself. Why do they discredit themselves if they purportedly are standing up for so many people? They are there to discredit real issues that are presented on both sides. Some of you are smart enough that you understand Alex answering. And some of you aren't even in the classroom of 101. Know what classroom you need to start in before dealing with advanced levels of knowledge.
Come and answer this question, Billy.
When has America ever been great for the so-called black man?
That's right.
America ain't never been great. It only been great for you damn pack of woods.
That's right.
When you have free labor.
Right.
When you have free labor, that's the only time America was great for y'all. Y'all got the nerve to wear them stupid hats.
DC, brother.
And you simple Kanye West over there want to hang with your oppressor. The Lord said...
That's right, brother. Don't you say nothing about drone attacks overseas. You act like you're going to be the #1 victim or the number... See, you got to understand this. Whether some people are white or black in this nation, they truly believe they are the #1 victims over those that are droned back to the Stone Age.
7, verse 21. There is no peace, saith my power to the wicked.
The Lord said there ain't no peace to the wicked. And if you out here worshiping the same things that your forefathers...
Black genocide, white genocide, a real brown genocide takes place, millions dead in years. No one says nothing.
I've seen them damn little idols. I've seen them in the Botanica.
Gun.
You worship everything in the Botanica and got the nerve to wonder why you still oppressed.
That's right.
You out your mind. You have to repent in the name of the Lord and keep His commandments. That's what we out here trying to tell you. Go ahead. 58 and 1.
Because Isaiah chapter 58 verse 1. Cry aloud.
We can hear the drums now in the background, and so this is allegedly part of the attempt to neutralize the energies. We shouldn't be demonizing even if Nathan Phillips may be a liar, depending on how bad it actually is or intention. It seems like he misrepresented the situation. Is that supposed to reflect on all the natives that are there? So we just don't know. Keep that in mind as media reporting on this. And if you look at the comment sections, just anywhere on YouTube, you'll see how divided the people actually are versus whatever's being reported in the media, and you understand the things that I'm talking about. While there are so few of you, and don't take that personally, you can't change that. While there are so few of you, I think those of you that are my audience and those that comment here get it more than the average American or human. To give you a little bit of credit. Even if there's only a few of you. Remember, there's a reason why there's only a few of you. You can't change that unless you get your family and bring your family over.
What you think that's speaking of, man?
To the channel.
These are the idols you've been worshiping. Your idols
one of you has a big website.
A damn buffalo can't save you.
Big
right.
Maybe one of you can donate some money.
Right.
Maybe one of you wants to donate right now.
You wear a buffalo.
That's
Check
right.
out the link down below.
How the buffalo gonna save you? You can't even find buffalo meat in a damn butcher store. Niggas are crazy. You worship the creations and not the creator.
He's got a potty mouth.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 3. Thou shalt have no other God before me.
The Lord said, thou shalt have no other gods before me. That's the first commandment in the 10 commandments. But you want to worship every damn animal. You want to worship the water, the fire. Worship all the elements. Why you don't worship?
This guy sounds more like a right-wing evangelical lunatic than a brother. It's like,
water,
dude, like, fuck off.
He can control the winds. He had the power to.
This guy sounds like one of my favorite trolls.
You want to worship the wind. Worship a fire. That's the reason why the white man got his foot in your ass.
Are we sure this guy isn't from a Flat Earth conference? Hell, the Flat Earthers would love this guy.
That's the reason why you're drunkards in the damn.
Man, somebody ought to tell the Flat Earth conference about this guy. Somebody ought to invite him.
You want to drink fire water.
You won't believe the Earth is round.
Show you your sins, man.
How dare you?
He said, if
you a globalist.
Make our head harder.
Right.
We ain't scared of y'all.
That's right.
You don't see the
How dare you not just believe random conspiracy theory videos about the Flat Earth on YouTube? How dare you, globalists? Globalists.
We showing respect to our God. We show you. So what you worship? So what you worship? That's the reason why you stuck on stupid. You want to call me a motherfucker, but you talking all that ignorant. You don't even know what we talking about.
Dumbass niggas, man.
A bunch of demons, always talking out their ass. Always talking out their ass. But you won't say that to this Peckerwood wearing a Make America Great hat again.
That's right.
You damn Uncle Tomahawk.
That's right. That's right.
We all know this video is going to be demonetized, so please consider making a one-time donation if you like content like this. Send a message of support.
That's right. That's right.
There aren't a lot of people like me
That's right.
that'll go beyond the illusions of separation, and more support is needed. There's also a Patreon page where you can join and sign up monthly. For all we know, this could be my last year and a half on YouTube. Let's see how the Orwellian reality works out.
You're gonna be ripped in
Check out the
pieces.
links.
Thus saith the Lord, if you don't repent from your wicked ways. That's what we out here trying to tell you. Huh? Where it shows it? Give me Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter. We're going to show you hate in the Bible. Let's hear it. That's a great question. I like that. I like that. I like that. He wants to see hate in the Bible. Let's see hate in the Bible. Let's see where the Christians and the Catholics don't go into.
Yeshua says speak love, not hate. Yeshua says speak love. Love speak.
Look at we.
Chapter 3, verse 8.
Look, we got the Trump supporters. He want to cover his hat up.
And a time to hate.
And a time for what?
To hate.
A time for what? To hate. There's no hate.
Won't you uncover that hat? To hell with that water.
What you said?
See how you got these pompous bastards come down here in the middle of a native rally with their dirty ass hat on, with their dusty ass hat on, little dusty ass animals.
There's a time for hate. He tried to mock us. He's talking about a time.
It's really critical that people understand that from a mad scientist perspective, this is actually there for those that are already saying that they're victims, that are white, for this to be solidified. That's why CNN is really doing this for them. That's what they don't understand. No, they really don't. Yeah, this is where some people are going to dislike for the first time in the video. Too bad. Like, I'm going to warn you about those elements of your own society that are setting you up, and they're going to put up a false argument. They're against you, and they're really put up a straw man argument. A couple days later, CNN looked like liars. This was on purpose for CNN to look like fake news. The whole time it's been. That's why they're doing this. It wasn't this bad a few years ago.
Free will says when it is, take it off.
You see?
For him, brother, for him.
You're not.
And so they purposely run fake stories, so they purposely look like they're doing what they're doing. I mean, I can tell you CNN is not run by black people. Even if they have a couple black journalists, even if they have some Jewish and Arabic people on the, and that's not promoting hatred for those groups either. It's that CNN really is a psyops on a level that I've never really seen it articulated from others or the mainstream media. and how they really represent that system of oppression, right? And they will play a role in creating extremism by attacking their own, victimizing them, right? And then it's clear that it's fake news. That the guy that you're going to see in a little bit at some point, he didn't necessarily come up to the Native American. All this took place first. They didn't show you this. Why? They were victimizing white America on national TV. That's why. It's a psyops. People are going to be angry after this. And they're going to feel victimized after this. And it was on purpose. They did it on purpose.
I'm just curious what you're doing. Like, what's this all about?
Okay, I'm done with that. She's dismissed. You want to know what's going on?
You know they lied on purpose. Why stop with the theories as to why they lied on purpose? Notice how limited the intelligence is within the criticism of how this was expressed. If they're going to run fake news and knowingly get caught running fake news, I mean, just think, McFly. Think it through. Just think it through. Why would they lie when they know they're going to get caught unless they're there to debunk even criticism of extremism? Just think it through all the way. Think it all the way. Da, da, da. Be smart, be smart, be smart. Think it all the way. Da, da, da. Be smart, be smart, be smart. So they ran fake news to create a straw man argument. So in the future, as people really do maybe act up in certain ways, they'll already remember this trauma that CNN put them through when CNN accused their people of being XYZ when the young man didn't really do anything. Now the fallout is still happening. The kids from the Catholic school sadly have been threatened. And now InfoWars is sending out his own new white reporters, white blonde reporters, the new Ashton. It's almost as if InfoWars is purposely creating animosity towards white women by putting them at the front line after these highly controversial things and sending them out to schools. A lot of people aren't ready to hear that. A lot of people can't hear about the real Alex Jones setting up his own people. This is considered blasphemy in this modern new babbling world order. But Alex Ansary and only Alex Ansary would give the people this level of outside-the-box commentary. There would be no other. There would be no other. No other would even compare to the caliber of unique perspectives that showed you the conspiracy within the conspiracy within the conspiracy. Some people would call me mad. Other people might have another opinion. But without a doubt, future generations will know that I told you the truth.
That's right.
They're all facing their nuclear powers, their nuclear bombs towards America.
That's right.
America is on its way out.
That's right.
America is on its last leg.
Finish.
This ain't America.
Finish.
Turtle Island.
America is finished.
This ain't America.
This is Babylon.
So Turtle Island ain't going nowhere.
No,
As if China, with its 1 million Muslims in concentration camps, has a loving heart for America or American blacks.
Yes, the people, if they repent, they will be safe from this destruction.
Right. All right. As long as you understand that.
Right.
There's a difference between America and Turtle Island.
I hear
Two
you.
different places.
It's not,
right.
It's not the place, it's the people.
Right.
But like honestly, hit pause on that note. When a right-wing lunatic is on the same side as the communist Chinese, and he's claiming to be a Trump-supporting info warrior, you got to stand up and take note. You got to stand up and take note. You got to stand up and take note. When Alex Jones and the communist Chinese are on the same side of locking up and genociding the people of the Middle East, because if you read between the lines, the way that he attacks their person and character, it literally is the incarnation of Hitler for the modern day and age. They, the common enemy, no matter how much stuff's going on, he will make the Muslims the worst people on the earth, while previously infiltrating the so-called truth movement with documentaries about that day that got us in these wars. You got to think, McFly. You got to get smart in a world where everyone around us is dumbed down. You got to be better than you were yesterday. Use the knowledge and documentation and quotes of the people in their own words to help you evolve beyond the spell.
Chapter 33, verse 7. So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
So the Lord said he sent us to be a watchman to the children of Israel. What we are doing is watching. When you see the watchman on the tower, what does he do? He flashes the light before destruction comes. He warns the people. What? Go ahead.
unto the house of Israel.
I have to give you
Therefore
information.
thou shalt
if you
hear
wanna figure
the
out.
word at my mouth.
That's right. And there you shall hear the word.
That's a two-part. That's like a book right there.
And warn them from me.
So that's what we're doing out here, brother. We're warning the people.
Slack it.
We're not judging. We're warning you about
Slack,
the
you good,
judgment.
you good. I got it, bro. Go
Judgment
ahead.
soon comes. Judgment soon coming. So the Lord said what?
And warn them from me.
Go ahead.
When I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die.
So you see that? The Lord said to warn you wicked people, whoever's living foul, whoever's breaking the commandments of God,
Right.
whoever's a faggot and a lesbian.
Bring it out.
Can you imagine our
Bring it
society
out.
without marijuana?
Bring it out.
I don't know how to. I mean, one can interpret that any way they want. Our society without marijuana, or how about legalize marijuana and then pull it back and then see what happens?
God said what? And like this child molesting faggot
Right.
priest right there.
Right.
Because
Father
that's
hands.
That's what they produce.
Father hands.
The Catholics.
That's right. That's right.
Because the Catholics.
That's right.
That's what they.
That's
worship.
right.
They worship men, children.
That's right.
And I'm pointing.
Okay, listen, I'm just gonna like try to stop talking for a few minutes consecutively and just let this roll out because this is hard to watch. But again, we need to watch it as it is. Let YouTube demonetize this video. Again, a greater statement is being made about the oppression of our voice.
You in the name of God, yes, worship Him. Worship your Father. Look at what America produces. This is the religion of America. Let's make America great again. A bunch of child molesting faggots.
That's right.
Just like your damn Donald Trump.
That's right.
If you Google, go on YouTube, and you see your faggot president kissing Giuliani when Giuliani dressed like a drag queen.
That's right.
Okay, this is getting kind of weird because I had my first dream with Giuliani the night before last. I do remember walking into a room, Giuliani looking right at me. I don't know what this means.
Talk about the Catholic Church.
Right.
I don't know what this means.
Why we don't talk about the Roman Catholic Church?
That's right.
And especially you so-called Hispanics and Negroes, you got no business calling yourself a Roman Catholic.
That's right.
When's the last time? When's the last time you've been a Roman? You've been a Rome.
Wow. That is kind of hot though, right? When the Catholic girls like let the priest put, what is that, like a little like sugar tab in their mouth? I mean, I don't know, man. That's pretty sexual. I don't know how godly that is.
That's right.
Don't be an Uncle Tomahawk.
That's right.
Don't be. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that, brother.
Our people always want to get physical.
You jumping up. You jumping
Our
up.
people always want to get physical.
That's what I need. I need a good Catholic girl to stop by.
Now. Ain't no coon here. You might as well put on one of them red hats. You might as well put on one of them red hats. You're a simple Uncle Tom. That's right. I hear you.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
But he preaching the hate.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at this dumbass nigga, man. Dumbass nigga, man.
Nah, he ain't doing that.
Stupid ass niggas, man.
Uncle Tomahawks.
This dumb ass out of here, man.
In the condition that we in. I ain't
Man with this nigga, man.
I'm telling you, you gotta be scared of God. Damn right I ain't God. I'm warning you, nigga. I'm warning you, nigga. That's right. I'm not. I'm not.
Shut your big ass mouth.
Speak like that to your parents.
My parents are dead.
Well, then speak like that to them.
Let me ask you something. Hold on. Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something, Carl. Why you got all these dirty ass crackers behind you with a red Make America Great hat again on, and your coon ass, you want to fight your brothers. You got all these racist bastards with red, you nigga, with all these crackers with racist ass Make America Great hats on, and you gonna talk about you gonna get violent. Get your old Uncle Tom ass out of here. Get your Uncle Tom ass out of here. Get your Super Sambo ass out of here. Super Steven ass nigga, man. Leave him alone, brother. He trying to make a show now.
You dismissed. You got your 5 minutes of fame. Look at all these damn Peckerwoods. This is what the Lord is coming for.
All these Peckerwoods with America, make America great. This nigga want to talk that garbage about nigga, what you want to do. Look
Right. Now, to be fair and technical, when we play the audio of the African American on the megaphone from Patriot Prayer hanging with Joey Gibson screaming at Southeast Portlanders, that guy would be like the other guy that they're yelling at, calling him the C word. But that guy's not really all that aggressive. Those arguing, what they ought to have is that guy that thinks he's all tough and hard, named Jason, whatever he is, in Portland, hanging with Patriot Prayer. Have him stand against the Black Israelites. Let's see who wins that boxing match. Yeah. Get the super aggressive ones at each other. I'm just little bit of creativity, just free flow. I'm just free flowing, folks. Disclaimer.
Yeah, they look like they're about to shoot.
Look at their ass, Israel. They ass gone off of that. Look at that mob of these dirty animals. They gone.
That's how you dismiss them.
That's right.
The truth gonna be told, whether y'all want to hear it or not.
And so CNN worked in a way with the right wing to convince elements of white America that it's hated and it will be lied about. And so their very narrative now, which has elements of disinfo, now solidifies with elements of straight up evidence from manufactured media events like this scene in Circus. Do you understand? Intelligent elements of the audience space. Give me a thumb up.
The war stolen land. You crackers are crazy.
That's right.
You crackers got some damn nerves. That's why everybody hates your ass.
That's right.
I said, can I get a thumb up? Can I get a thumb up? Thumb ups for you get it. Thumbs down,
that's right.
Confused. The Chinese can't stand a damn white man.
That's right.
The Russians can't stand American.
That's right. That's right.
Nobody can stand y'all.
That's right.
Yes, but the Chinese lock up the white man's favorite enemy.
That's right.
They can't see that, nor the left or the right. Only Knowledge Answer sees that. Okay?
See, for behold, the Lord will come with fire.
You talk about Jesus Christ is coming with candy, flowers. The Lord said he's going to come with fire. What is the fire that he's speaking about? Your nuclear bombs, man. That's how the Lord is coming. Go ahead.
And with the chariots like a whirlwind.
And with his chariots like a whirlwind. What is the chariots?
Now watch, they run their mouth about returning fire while they piss on the sun. Watch.
Y'all don't believe in that? Y'all don't believe in that? I know y'all don't. Y'all think we comic book characters. Y'all think we crazy. Y'all think we deranged. But guess what? The Lord said, surely oppression make a wise man mad. And if you niggas ain't mad, it's because you have absolutely no wisdom. Okay, go ahead.
Surrender his anger.
Surrender his anger. That's what the Lord is coming with. With his anger. Now you want to be a simple nigga too. What's wrong with you? See? Put a red hat on this clown. Put a red hat on this clown. Look at the crackers. Look at these devils over here. Y'all want to laugh and boost him up. He gonna get his 5 minutes of fame. You're an asshole on a skateboard. You're a big asshole on a skateboard.
As soon as he get too close, his ass gonna get punished.
Don't get too
close, your ass gonna get punished.
Don't get too close. I tell you that much. Look at that. Look, now they come back. Now they come. Look, he took his hat off. Now they come back. You freaking pecker.
You crackers are some slivery ass bastards.
But you, my audience, and others, you say you're against hate. Well, I salute you. Let's go back to the trash talking in Portland. Sounds like the same guy, just pitching for a different team.
You won't mock a Muslim. You respect all the dirty, filthy Muslims, huh? Yeah, exactly.
We're listening to audio from Portland.
Build that wall, that's what Trump needs to do. Get them dirty Muslims out of our country. You want to cry when a stupid idiot walks up into a high school and shoots everybody. You want to cry when the Boston bombers are back in Boston, Massachusetts. Why did that have to happen? I should be ashamed of yourself. Where's your husband? Where's your husband? Did he divorce you because you're a loudmouth Jesse? Where's your husband? He died? It might have been a blessing. It might have been a blessing for God to take him to get him away from you. That might have actually been a blessing.
We're listening to Manga, Portland, Oregon.
Haven't had none in how many years? There's plenty of effeminate men around here that might like a loudmouth Jezebel like yourself. You courtroom.
Loving. That was so loving. Let's go back to this.
Oh,
it's so different. Oh, it's so different.
It's not. It's a stop.
I know, but it was foretold.
It's so different. It's so different.
Native man in the
call that number. I'll give you the scripture. It's in Ecclesiastes.
Black man taunts white people in D.C. Says one thing.
I got it.
Fast forward a week later, black man says something to white people of a totally different persuasion. Same type of tone. It's not the black man that's the issue. It's the divide and conquer. It's the divide and conquer. You want some truth from a black man? Nellie Foley Jr. If you're a person that is African American already and you're listening to this, you should already know who Nellie Foley Jr. is. You want to deal with the truthful aspects of waking up to oppression and stay out of racism yourself. Otherwise, it disqualifies. It disqualifies. It disqualifies.
Check this out. This is the way the so-called white man got this land. Go ahead.
But war was in his heart.
But war was in his heart. War was in the so-called white man's heart. Just like today. Go ahead.
His word was softer than oil.
His word was softer than oil. He said, we're going to give you 40 acres and a mule. He ain't even give you niggas a paintball.
That's right.
He ain't even give you niggas a chihuahua.
That's right.
But you got your nerve to think that this white man is going to uphold the agreements, the Democratic Party, the Republican Party. Yo, why you being an asshole?
As soon as you touch my shit, your ass going down.
Man?
You going down. You get
why
too
you being
close.
an asshole?
Get too close.
You being an asshole.
Get too close. Your ass gonna be laid out. Get too close. You peckerwood ass bastard.
What you spending? What you spending?
You want to be pressed? You want to be that pressed? Get too close. Your ass gonna be laid out. You damn peckerwood.
You a damn bozo. This is the reason why I bet you he's a dumbass Puerto Rican. I bet you're a simple Puerto Rican. That's my simple ass tribe. And I can speak about Puerto Ricans because you looking at one. The hell's wrong with you simple niggas? So the Lord said his word was smoother than butter. Butter, go ahead.
His words were softer than oil. Yet,
go ahead.
Yet were they drawn swords.
Yet were they drawn swords. When they came to America and they came with their peace treaty, after you showed them what a turkey was, after you civilized these dirty
this guy. He think I'm playing. Watch. As soon as you get too close, I'm gonna tear his ass up. Where my other staff at?
Okay, that's why you tell you.
You seen that blue staff? Huh? Yeah. You think I'm playing? I'm gonna whack the fuck out of his ass. Let him get too close. I'm gonna tear his ass up.
You see this? This is what America produces.
You think it's a game?
A bunch of assholes. You look like a Republican, you freaking demon. Put a red hat on this Republican. Put a red hat on this Republican. And let me not just get on the Republicans because the Democrats ain't no better. There was more black and Hispanic people locked up during the Clinton era than any other president. But you so-called blacks and Hispanics got the nerve to call Bill Clinton your first black president. You out your mind. Why? Because he got a little hand in the office? Because he smoked.
Look at Esau. Look at the demons. Vicious crowd. They love that drama.
That's why you fell for the words that was smoother than butter.
Leslie, shut your ass up.
And look what Bill Clinton, look what the Clintons did to Haiti. They sucked the blood out of Haiti.
That's right.
What happened in Haiti? What happened to the money that American Red Cross was giving Haiti? Where is it at now? Haiti still ain't got no hope.
It's like I gotta spice this up with some synthwave or something.
Y'all wanna pray for Paris? To hell with your stupid Paris.
That's right.
You want us to pray for all your damn nations.
You owe Haiti reparations. Haiti kicked the French's ass. And what happens when you win a war? You're supposed to spoil go to the winner.
All these America, make America great again crackers.
But y'all don't see that. Okay, so that's what we out here trying to do. Show you not only the lies that was taught to our people, but that was taught to the world. You want us to pray for everybody except our people. Why you not praying for Mexico? Why you not praying for Puerto Rico?
Right.
Why you not praying for Flint, Michigan?
That's right.
Why you not praying for Standing Rock?
Right.
But you coons want to build a damn wall. When you wake up and you want to call us terrorists, thugs, gangsters. The biggest terrorist on the face of this earth is the pale-faced man, woman, and child. You know?
And he still hasn't mentioned overseas wars. It's as if he just doesn't care.
Come closer, you gonna catch it. Come closer, you gonna catch it. Go ahead, man.
With the Psalms, chapter 55, verse 22. Cast thy burden upon the Lord.
So the Lord said, cast thy burden upon the Lord. Go ahead.
And he shall sustain thee.
And he shall sustain thee. This is what happens. Every time Christ brought out the word, every time the prophets brought out the word, there was always scoffers. There was always scoffers. But in the new kingdom, this man will get his head cracked to the white meat.
Bring it out.
To the white meat. His blood will be on his skateboard. His blood will be on his skateboard and his shoes. That's what's going to come. That's what's going to happen. And guess what? It might happen sooner than you think with the American shutdown, with the government shutdown. Eventually, the government shutdown is going to trickle down. Okay? It's going to trickle down to what? To the police. It's going to trickle down to the security guards. You ain't going to be able to call 911, Title 1. You ain't going to be able to call 911, Cornerstone, Caroline. You're not going to be able to. We're going to see the survival of the fittest next. We're going to see the purge, because the purge is coming.
So, there's a threat in that, whereas Alex Sanchez is trying to warn you about the day after 911 failing. I warned you. I warned you.
That's right.
I warned you.
That's right. We hope y'all
But
ready.
those that try to set you up in the left-right paradigm, they were bigger than life itself while crying they were a victim. I warned you about the day when 911 stops. They know too, but they have a different vision of how they want the future to play out. A future without us.
May the Lord strike him down and his damn children. May the Lord strike your mother and your father down. I wish I knew the curses in Hebrew. Let's give us call them brothers. I pray that the Most High cast your spirit down. I pray the Most High cast you into the pits of hell.
Now look at my demonetized video, Vision of China, Russia. 11 likes, nearly 800 views. The truth can be put out there. Somebody could be somewhat accurate. These are likely events. 11 people recognize it out of 800.
People want to be everything except who they are. Why you don't claim your history? Why you don't claim Fred Flintstone? Why you don't claim Barney Rebel? How can we love somebody that hates us? How can we love somebody that hates us? We love you as much as Donald Trump loves us.
That's how much we love you. The feeling is mutual. The feeling is mutual. That's how much we love you. We do love you. We do love white people as much as Donald Trump love us. The feeling is damn mutual.
Hey, Shawapa. Soon as he make a mistake, I'ma tear his ass up. I'm telling you. I'm trying to be patient, but soon as he make a mistake and clip up on somebody, I'm gonna jump on his ass.
Right. So that's what happens. You want to mark the messenger, but y'all gotta set.
Now that sounds like a real victim that's really concerned about a police state stomping on his head. He sounds really concerned about the repercussions.
Why are you not bringing up the poop? Why are you not bringing up the poop? Huh? Why are you not bringing up the poop? Huh? Keep your counsel. Give me Romans 13:11, Brother Bashar. We got to perpetuate. Give me that.
Because Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
The Lord said thou hast had a perpetual hatred. You want us to love you, but you don't love us.
Right.
You want us to love you. The Lord said he had a perpetual hatred. Who's he speaking about? You so-called white people. I ain't got no more spit in my mouth.
Hey, soon as he get too close, I'ma knock him off that joint and I'ma fuck him up.
Is this a stay in your state ground?
Listen, it ain't got nothing to do with that.
Is it a stay in your state ground?
Nah, it's a keep your personal space ground.
Go ahead, read that again.
Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Right, you shed the blood of the children of Israel. Cops are still getting away with murder. The government is still getting away with murder. You shoot us down like dogs in the streets. You take away our children from the borders of Mexico. But y'all want us to love you. Y'all want us to love you. How can we love somebody that has a perpetual hatred for us? I see you. You want to wave high. A bunch of incest babies.
But, you know, I think that
a bunch of babies made out of incest.
the point's clear.
Right,
he doesn't want a wall. He cares about Mexico.
This is
Mexicans.
What America makes.
But he doesn't have anything to say about millions dead overseas. Propaganda much?
When was it great?
Brainwashed much?
When was it great?
A little clueless much?
Right, exactly. Since it started, since you had us in slavery, you bastard.
Right.
That's the only time that it was great. Look where we at, where? Look where we at. Look at my people. Look at my people. Best nation that's gonna die.
Best nation to shut down now.
And eventually, that's gonna stop.
Let me ask you something.
Well, go ahead.
If this the best nation, why y'all can't get rid of lice season? If y'all the best nation, get rid of that damn lice on your back. Get rid of lice. Get rid of lice season. Goddamn dog. Get rid of your lice.
Y'all sound like a bunch of dogs. A bunch of hyenas. Yeah, a bunch of dogs. A bunch of hyenas. But see, there's a reason why. There's a reason why y'all outnumber us and y'all keep y'all distance. There's a reason for that. You know why? Because you don't see the angels around us. You don't see angels around us. You couldn't touch us if you wanted to. You couldn't touch us if you wanted to. You don't see the angels around us. You worship blasphemy. We got angels that are blasphemous for us. You don't see stuff.
And now they're going to build up an archon. Thought forms.
Hey,
No, seriously, this is like ritual magic time. Yeah, you weren't expecting this yet.
Look at this foolie. Get no more the person that he said the Hebrew life. Look at this here. You serious?
Put him wrong!
Hey, listen.
This is the
That was some real chaos.
This is the devil.
Hey, do y'all understand who the real caveman is now? You understand who the real caveman is now? And guess what? We surrounded and they won't do a damn thing. Look at this. Bold as a lion.
Make America great again.
Bold as a lion. Look at these. See that?
This is a bunch of Donald
See that?
Trump's sons. This is what Donald
See
Trump
that?
incest children look like.
See that?
A bunch of Donald Trump incest children.
And when you see us, it's 5 of us.
Okay, so here's what they tell you. The black Israelites challenged them, called them cowards, and a few of them walked up.
That's right. That's right. Look at these sea of deep. Hey, look. Look, look at this,
A couple girls passed back and forth.
Look at this shit.
They're picking up on some of that juicy male aggression anger.
Who say the pull-up boys don't pull out and turn it up? I'm not saying for Lord.
Okay, this is about Tom.
Hey, I'm turning up with Esau. Esau on this caveman thing. I'm turning up. I'm turning up. Cause you know what? You dirty bastards better be ready. You better be ready.
But I mean, you're witnessing more than what you're admitting. Admit it. Admit what you're watching. Admit it. People could be provoked to actually act like gorillas.
You say what?
Admit it. Now, they didn't do much, right? But right now we have people that are being like taking off your shirt. Keep your shirt on. You see me taking off my shirt in a public place?
Go ahead. What you say?
I mean, just be real with it.
That's right. Here come Gad.
They can do more than roar too. They can get a megaphone and argue back. Now here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Look at our Make America Great Again hats. Look at the hats. Look at the hats. We ain't taking. Look, we not taking. Look at Gad. That's right, Gad. Look at Gad. Look at Gad not playing. He came to the rescue. Our elder right there. Look at him. Yeah, y'all better not touch him. Y'all better not touch him. Hey, now they gonna join in, huh?
No,
Gad put that thing down, don't he?
Gad, he calm all these spirits right down.
Gad's serious with it, ain't he?
Gad's serious with it. He calm all these spirits right down. It's spiritual right there. He calm all these spirits down.
That's right.
All these spirits is getting demonic. He calm all that down.
Say that again, King.
All these spirits is getting demonic. Gad came through and calmed all these spirits down.
That's right.
All these spirits got calmed down.
And Gad stepped in front of us too, huh?
Right, Gad stepped in front of us.
Look how they mock him. Serious mockery. With they Make America Great Again hats. Serious mockery. Look at that.
America will be destroyed by nuclear thermal destruction.
That's right. Mockery. You had a native rally with Make America Great Again hats.
Give me Romans 13 and 11. Because the devil's at hand, and y'all just don't know it. Y'all can't see it happen. But every nuclear power got a nuclear bomb face on so that's right, you bunch of peasants. This is what America produces. This is what America meant by Make America Great Again. This is what Donald Trump produces. This is a bunch of future school shooters.
That's right.
Nothing but a bunch of future school shooters.
That's right.
When y'all gonna go shoot up another school?
That's right.
When y'all gonna go shoot up another church? When y'all gonna go shoot up another synagogue?
Okay, so in this case, in context, we could see how white guys that are being under attack viciously, huddling around a drum, isn't necessarily overtly insulting the drum of the Native American. You know, it's a different situation.
That's right. School shooters. That's your future. That's what? Right. What you about to go postal? You about to go postal? Go take a shit. Do it. But go shoot up a school before you do it. Go shoot up a school before you do it. Think about it. When have you ever seen one of our people shoot up a school? You never seen nobody shoot up a school? Guess what? Never been to one. Guess what? All of you got the school shooter haircut. Yeah. No, you do. School shooter. It's in your.
Which of course is a lie. Gangbangers have been shooting at each other right around schools for years, in places like Portland and others.
Y'all about to shoot up a school right now.
How you gonna tell somebody to go to shoot up a school? That's like really weird, right? Yo, be careful. Everybody be careful.
Now, he won't criticize a black man that's in the U.S. military.
Back it up!
No.
Hey, back it up! Back it up!
Your college degrees was paid off of the bloodshed of slavery. Your houses, your mortgages, everything your parents own was given to you by the bloodshed of our people. That's right. You are succeeding by the bloodshed of the captivity of the North American Indians.
That's racist, bro.
Of the so-called Negroes.
That's racist, bro.
That's right. Let the folly continue. Right.
That's racist.
He said, "This racist. What the hell is all this?
Right.
What the hell is you see a crackers with Make America Great hat on? Yeah, you's a cracker. You's a cracker. All of you crackers.
Oh, they're gonna call him. They're gonna call one black man.
Y'all got one nigga in the crowd, huh?
One nigga in the crowd.
One nigga, huh?
Y'all got one nigga in the crowd. Oh, you got two niggas in the crowd. Oh, two niggas in the crowd. Look at this simple group.
And how many? And I'm gonna say a pause moment. Oh, come on, shawty.
Now, white right-wingers are now saying this about Portland, but they'll still dislike it if Alex Answer brings us to their attention. Those aren't loving white people in Portland that are on the left. Otherwise, I would have stayed.
Get out, nigga! You ain't seen the movie? Why you being mean? Get out, nigga!
That's right.
When a 16-year-old kid died.
Get out, nigga! That's the only one y'all can bring to the front.
Hey, we got one home, but he ain't here.
Oh, y'all got one home. You see that? You see that? But we're racist. But we're the racists. Ain't that so? Ain't that so? This is the face of America.
Hey, this is the face right now.
This is the face of America. I don't shake your hand.
Look, y'all step back, man. Just step back a little bit.
I don't shake your hand.
We respect the dialogue. Just step back. Keep y'all distance, man.
Yo, if I had, when you went to shake my hand, If I had a bounty in my hand, I would throw it at you like Trump. I go like this to you. I do it like that. Not water. You gotta send that. Oh, you got Trump water? You got Trump water? What does the Trump water taste like? Incest? Taste like incest? Does he taste like Gucci water? Oh, you got Gucci water. Give me what you got.
Book of Romans,
let's get this out.
13, verse 11. And not knowing the time.
The Lord said, now knowing the time. Now knowing the time. Go ahead.
It is high time.
That is, it's high time. Go ahead.
To awake out of sleep.
These days scary, they better step their ass back.
Our people been
and no, they
sleeping,
not scary.
But you got the American dream. You're sleeping with the American dream. You believe America will
What you
be
say?
great again.
What you say?
You believe America will be great again.
Young Klansman?
Go ahead.
Look at your clothes.
But now is our salvation nearer than we believe.
But now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. You think there's no hope for blacks and Hispanics. You think there's no hope for the Native Americans. But guess what? Hope is...
I don't hear any drumming anymore, but it does seem like the encircling now is more or less the people getting close to the people that are screaming. And that's okay. That's in their right. But as far as who got and who and whatnot, I'm not seeing where Nathan Phillips is. We're still early in the tape, so maybe there's more. Just want to kind of show that if they're going to talk about people getting in close proximity, this looks like the closest to that.
Christ is coming back to kick y'all red asses. That's where Christ is coming.
You're getting DT for me in Baltimore.
Christ is coming
Nathan
back
Phillips
to kick
is
your
probably making an appearance again pretty soon.
Because you might lose your scholarship. You might lose your scholarship, and you might be on the wall. You better get out, brother.
All right,
you better get out, brother.
That's all I'm saying.
Get out, you're even wrong on that. You're even wrong on that. St. Nicholas was a black man, but you don't know that. You believe everybody is white. You gotta claim your claim your past, claim your true history. Claim the Greeks, claim the Romans. The Greeks was a bunch of homosexuals, just like the Romans. You what? Sodomy?
He said he's a product of sodomy and he's proud. He's proud to be a product of sodomy.
A product.
He's a product of sodomy.
He said he's a product of sodomy. Just like the church.
Excuse me.
Yes, sister.
Okay, we're still standing right now.
Listen.
We're moving this way.
Yeah. I know y'all a little younger than me.
No, that's all right.
Show y'all something. Go on YouTube, right? And y'all can look it up for yourself. Check this out. I'm going to give y'all something. Check this out. Go on YouTube.
They just better keep the distance, man.
Donald Trump kisses drag. You're going to see your president kiss Rudy Giuliani dressed in a drag on the lips.
Most of us can't even vote.
Your president is a homosexual. Oh, no.
Socket Israel, my battery gone. My battery gone, so I got to go. Catch the footage later, all right? We're going to have all the footage. Shalom, Barbara Rockethar, love y'all.
Donald Trump told the gays they can't be in the army. Ain't y'all supporting Trump? Ain't y'all? Give me Isaiah 10:6. Ain't y'all supporting Trump?
I'm with her.
How is it not a real book when you go in the judge in the court office and they make us swear on it? They make us swear on the Bible. How is it not a real book? That America's not a real country. Because you swear on lies. You understand that? This is let me show you. If this is not a real book, let me show you what the Bible says about your country. Give me that. Words aren't real. Check this out. They're not going to read this in the Catholic Church. They're not going to read this in your Christian church. Check this one out. I will set him against a hypocritical nation. I'm going to speak up. The Lord said he shall send us against a hypocritical nation. You make us swear on the Bible. You got on the back of the court system, in God we trust. On the back of your dollar bill, it says, in God we trust, but you give faggots rights. The Bible condemns homosexuality, man. So guess what?
You don't have to swear on the Bible. You can swear on the Bible.
A hypocritical nation. You make us swear on the Bible, but you judge us by your penal code system.
We don't judge you.
You don't judge us by the law of God. How you don't judge? You got judges, man. How you don't judge us? You give 25 to life.
That's the law system.
That's right. And you wait. Tell that to Bill Cosby. Tell that to Bill Cosby. Why you don't judge? What are we laughing at? Listen to you. I can see what you ate. Some brownies. You ate brownies. You took a piece of the peace pipe. What did you do? Right. I see. I can see it in his face. Right. There you go. Pull out the cards.
Now, keep in mind, criticism of white women in particular is not allowed. That's at the core of misogyny. Now, what's interesting is that there is criticism from elements of white women to white men. So there is kind of like a gender war within the ethnicity. And sometimes we just best stay out of it. But it's like, how do you stay out of it when you're a part of the society or when you're a part of an ethnicity? Just stay out of the stage managed gender war and racial war and understand what it is, that it does exist.
With that, y'all gotta go.
And criticism should be allowed.
We're not equal. Go home and understand America will burn. Thus saith the Lord.
So they're gonna be running with Christ return.
We got the damn preacher doing a prayer circle.
What the hell is going on here? Now this is a peace circle? Kumbaya? Ain't gonna be no peace until blood is shed. Because you gotta give up this land that's stolen.
That's right.
You gotta give it up. It was built on rape, robbery, and murder. And you have to give it up. That's the only way you gonna have peace.
Give Matthew 6 and 5.
You gotta give up this land, man.
Bring that Matthew 6 and 5.
That's what's happening here. You got the Trump supporters, and now you got the Democrats in front of us.
Hey, give them 5
what the hell's going on here?
6 and 5?
Yeah. Go hand in hand.
Give him Matthew 6 and 5 first, bro.
Yeah, you going somewhere.
You got the preacher in the blue.
Who? The preacher?
He got the collar on in the blue
And
coat.
they got so many people convinced that Democrats represent love. And it's so sad that's the only time in some cases when people are confused that people are holding hands. And that may not be that. They may just be yelling that. But in some cases, Democrats like to pride themselves on being like against the military-industrial complex. That's not really how it works. Is Alexandria Cortez talking about the millions dead overseas? Wake me when that occurs. And it's genuine. Because rhetoric is rhetoric. But really being in it because you're of the people and you're not just for a certain group of people on the other side of a wall, but it's something deeper where it hits you in the heart somewhere deeper. A lot of people are at that level of consciousness.
Even his prayers shall be abomination. If you're a bunch of child molesters, if you're a bunch of faggots, if you're a bunch of dykes, the Lord said your prayer ain't being heard. Go ahead.
Again, we have the black Israelites yelling
Whoso
at the
causes
left,
the righteous to go astray in
calling
an
them all
evil
these
way.
things,
Go ahead.
just like a guy on the megaphone, an African American on the megaphone in Portland, Oregon.
That's what's going to happen here. And that's why the Republicans left, because the Democrats started praying. That's why they left. America's just a bunch of confusion, man. It's a bunch of confusion. You don't keep the commandments of God. That's why America will burn.
Let's go back to that audio of what happened in Portland. If I have it here. This is Portland, Oregon.
Mock a Muslim You respect all the dirty, filthy Muslims, huh?
This is a guy yelling
Yeah,
at
exactly.
Portlanders.
Build that wall. Build that wall. That's what Trump needs to do.
This is a follower of
Get the
Joey
dirty
Gibson's.
Muslims out of our country. You want to cry when a
Yelling at
stupid
whites in
idiot walks up
Portland.
into a high school and
How
shoots
isn't it the
everybody?
same thing?
You want to cry when the Boston bombers
Come on
are
now.
back in, Boston,
Come on now.
Massachusetts. Why did that have to happen?
Come on now.
I should be ashamed of yourself. Where's
Come
your
on
husband?
now.
Where's your husband? Did he divorce you? Because you're a loudmouth.
This is a guy on the right in Portland.
He died.
Audio.
It might have been a blessing. It might have been a blessing for God to take him to get him away from you. That might have actually been a blessing. No wonder why you're angry. Haven't had none in how many years? Haven't had none in how many years? There's plenty of effeminate men around here that might like a loudmouth Jezebel like yourself.
Okay? I hope this is clear. I hope this is becoming crystal clear how there are people amongst us that are saying these things to provoke, and they're always going after the people that are willing to hold hands and do the type of thing that we're seeing on the screen before us.
That's right.
But
I haven't known what a hug is like.
Now what happened?
I haven't seen a hug or a sense of community in years. I don't
Who
know if
wrote
I
the
even
scriptures? Who are you
remember
praying to? Hold
what
on,
it's
you
like
gotta
to
back
see
up.
a
Don't
woman
touch
in the
me.
real world.
Okay,
A
but
woman in
you
the
gotta-
real world say, Alex, you have value in the real world. It barely will manifest in the comment section.
Okay. Okay. If you love us, give us our land back.
That's right.
Okay, then you don't love us. So if you love us, let's see what the Bible says about
I'm
love.
nothing
Let's
to
see
the
what-
women
if
of
you
this
truly
world.
love us,
Nothing.
Let's go to the Word of God and prove it. Prove if you love us.
Did she take your land?
You are the descendants of your forefathers. You are we.
I'm
we
nothing
are
to the people
descendants
of
slaves.
my mother and father's families.
Slaves into slavery?
How are we not slaves?
So much of it has to do with me going through the bullshit, the religions, the politics, and being who I
The
am.
Lord said about love. If you love us, go ahead. In Isaiah, you know what I'm talking about? 66:23. That's the 14:21.
Remember to donate if you appreciate this. That's one way you can show your support.
Y'all mix up love. According to the Bible,
In the world
love
of
is
physicality, that is one way to show
love.
love.
Is not an emotion. You can't. Love is a deed. You gotta prove it. You can't just say you love somebody and not show it. That don't make no sense. You gotta think about it. So how can you say you love us, but yet we're sitting on stolen land? Yet we have no reparations, but the Jewish people, they have reparations. They have a Holocaust museum. Where's our 40 acres and a mule? You ain't even give us a pit bull.
That's right.
We don't even got a
That's
German
right.
Shepherd. We got a Black History Museum that we have to pay. We have to pay to get in. You said you love us. Let's see what the scriptures say.
It's funny. I've had a lot of women come up to me like that, going, "Yeah, we're all loving. Let's hear what you have to say." Actually, I gotta go.
Listen, before,
And so in that case,
the Lord said, "Prepare slaughter for what?"
I've dealt with that. Just walk away. Audience members, just walk away with
His children. Go ahead.
Act like I'm nothing.
Of their fathers.
Of your fathers, the iniquity of your fathers. You have to pay for your sins, just like we paid for our father's sins.
That's right.
That's why we're stuck in the condition that we in.
That's right.
Because we stopped
You know,
following.
all I've asked is for the wars to stop and to me to feel like a part of society. But yet you'll see society support radical elements before anybody like me. People that say fucking shit like that.
Nobody except
You'll even
this
come
white
across
man.
like white people that hate white people, but they can't acknowledge anti-Themism.
It's not heated. We don't speak like child molesters in the Catholic Church. We speak like men. We speak with authority. Why you think they stoned Paul? Why you think they killed Christ? Christ didn't speak like the Catholic priests. If they did, they would have never killed him. Christ spoke with authority. Christ was a man of God. Every prophet, there was people that came out to mock them. Okay, they mocked them. They threw stones at him. You know what happened with the prophet Elijah? When the children mocked him for being bald-headed, what did the prophet Elijah do? You know what he did? He called a couple she-bears on him. He prayed to God and called she-bear, and them she-bears destroyed them children from limb to limb.
What was it, 42?
So you got to understand, these things that we're talking about, we're speaking with authority. We don't have a microphone.
Audience members that are above Dumb and Dumber, that are quote-unquote intelligent, that know that CNN doesn't make a mistake, on accident. You have intelligence. I'm not trying to sound like these guys, but try to make the point clear. So the point is that this could hold and be an entire honeypot situation to give them, these people screaming this lunatic shit, a voice. It doesn't mean that there aren't legitimate grievances there, but not when you go on the attack. I've been called inbred. I don't apologize for people calling other people inbred or the products of incest. Like, all of my grandparents are from different places. It's just that I'm a mix of the East and the West, and I live in a world that hates that look, that lies about what the women like. No, this is a world that hates my look. So the greater reality is, Kitty, I'm doing a recording. Okay, so the main thing to remember here is that CNN could put out fake news, and then it can come out that there's a longer tape, and the whole world will watch that longer tape. So CNN, in a way, is almost giving the black Israelites and this type of messaging, those that control CNN, think beyond Brooke Baldwin. I mean, intelligent audience members, those are the ones I want. Those are the ones that I'm speaking with. Those that are able to see the patterns.
Have no other gods before me. When you walk into the Catholic Church,
low-level intelligent people wouldn't know this or be able to pick up on that intuitively or otherwise. I'm here to speak to the people that get it, that are beyond 101, that are beyond 102 level of knowledge.
Thou shalt have no graven images. When you walk in the Catholic Church, it's filled with idols. When you worship and kiss and bow down to a statue, you're breaking the commandments of God. So the Catholic Church is totally against God.
Right.
Not even speaking about the child molestation. We'll leave that one alone. But against God's laws and commandments, yes, they break them all. You say, Hail Mary, full of grace, right? You say that prayer. Where's that prayer in the Psalms? Where's that prayer in the Bible?
When Elizabeth encounters Mary for the first time after Mary received Lord into her womb, she went to visit her cousin Elizabeth, her relative Elizabeth, who was also a child of John the Baptist. And Elizabeth proclaimed to Mary, full of grace.
So that becomes a prayer?
It's not so much worship as honoring her. She's the one who birthed Christ.
Right.
Who's the only female that Christ told you about? Not worship.
You shall love your father and your mother. Honor your father and mother. Yeah. So pretty much everybody's got a father and a mother. Yeah. Because that's how sex.
No, but it's a specific woman who wiped his feet with oil in her hair. Huh? All right. So you're supposed to honor her and acknowledge her. He said, wherever the gospel is preached, you acknowledge her. He ain't say nothing about her.
Yes, he did.
He didn't say nothing about his mother.
On the cross, he told the apostle, behold your mother. And in the Ten Commandments, it says, honor your mother and your mother.
Right.
He said,
so Mary is. So Mary
that means hold her down. Support her, not worship.
Salaki.
But seriously, what was that? What was that white chick doing earlier? Like, okay, I don't know what you guys are saying. I'm just gonna go now. Okay, that's all I picked up from that. She was listening for a minute. She's like, okay, yeah, you're crazy. I'm gonna tune out. It's just like, I haven't even taken it that far. I literally, though, have been in the shoes of just trying to plead for a basic level of empathy, even from my audience, even from the female members of the audience. But it is just like that. The hands up in the air, I just can't imagine what you're going through. You're weird. And that's about it. And that's sad, because I'm not trying to be insulting like them. I'm just trying to express to you my basic human emotions. But now I know, as we approach 2020, that this is not getting better for me. It's just getting worse. So the very best thing for me to do is disappear myself from the internet in the next calendar year. And then maybe I'll know happiness before the day that I fucking die.
Since the day that the Lord brought our forefathers out of the land of Egypt.
Since